Hi guys, how are you today? Lots to talk about in the world of 90 Day. We're going to talk about Paul saying that Karine tried to take his life. This is a serious accusation, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're going to start out with Kalani and Asuelu. Now, Kalani recently admitted on social media that she was struggling with depression and she felt like she was getting deeper and deeper into it. Now, this is a big thing to do on social media. And let me say this, I don't know what's causing her to feel depressed, but I will say this. I think that when you are in the public eye and on social media and all of that, if you start reading those comments or believing that the things that people say, it can make whatever situation you're going through 100 times worse. I go through that myself. There is times when I just take a social media break. I don't read a comment, especially if I'm not in the right frame of mind, because people can be brutal, okay, on social media. They can say whatever they want and they can hide behind a computer screen. And let me tell you, they could be vicious with their comments. So I don't know what she's going through, but I will say airing it on social media while you're going through it, it might make things worse. You know, I mean, it's a brave thing to do. Just be aware that every time someone says some things, you can't let it get to you. So if you're going through a hard time, I would stay off of social media. And I've done that for periods. I would just say, I'm not ready to handle social media now, so I'll just not read it because it can make a bad situation worse. So can you imagine dealing with depression, and then here comes the public. They're making comments about Asuelu. They're saying that there must be some kind of developmental problem with Asuelu, possibly autism, but it gets worse than that. So they're talking about your man. Now, we might not like Asuelu or pick him to be our mate, but she already did. So that's her man. And, she's going to feel some type of way if people say bad things about him, even if he distributes less than stellar behavior on television. Let me put it that way, okay? But to make things worse, they're also saying that her children may have autism. Now, you don't talk about my man, and you most definitely do not talk about my children. I mean, social media can be brutal. It can make a person snap. Okay, people make you snap in half. And it sounds like that's what Kalani kind of did. So she posted this. So there was a person saying that, yeah, you may be suffering from depression, but you still need to be held accountable for your decisions. And having 2 children by Asuelu is not a good decision. Who are you? You make your decisions and let me make my own. But at the same time, people are allowed to say what they want to say, and you really can't get mad at them. Kalani, you just can't. But she basically said, listen, it's not fair for you guys to say something's wrong with Asuelu when he speaks a totally different language. She said, if you're Samoan, you should understand this. Their language is different than ours, which would make his English different than most Americans, and their culture is different. And so don't judge him on that. Like, we might think it's extremely weird, okay, people? Not me, maybe you guys, extremely weird that the mother expects Asuelu to give him money when he's struggling himself. Some people might think that's extremely weird. I don't. Okay. But it caused her to snap. And this is what she posted. Starting today, I'm blocking. She's serious, guys. Blocking anyone that lovingly messages me to have my kids and Asuelu assessed. Having them assessed for autism or some kind of I don't know what they call it, disability. Okay. I don't blame her. You guys leave them alone, okay? But then on the same token, I don't know, you're allowed to express your feelings. So, Kalani, stop listening to social media. If you can't handle it, don't read it. If you can't handle it, don't let it affect you. If you think that nothing's wrong with Asuelu, and I'm not going to say if I think something's wrong with him or not. I mean, he's different. I'll put it that way. He's different. And it could be a cultural thing. It could be exactly what she pointed out, a language barrier, cultural differences. I don't know. But stop reading this stuff. Stop buying into it so you don't have to go off. She went off and she snapped people in a very classy way. I'm going to say to anyone lovingly, that's what I always say all the time too. You cannot be upset with people for expressing their opinions. And, if you don't think anything's wrong with him, then you don't need to express it. But, they're just giving opinions. And, maybe you do want to get them assessed. I don't know. It could be a cultural thing. But that's what's going on with Kalani and Asuelu. And I have a feeling this is not the end. People are going to make comments about Asuelu because, he acts different. I'll say that. Now let's go on to another one that needs to stay off of social media. Oh gosh, that would be Paul. Now yesterday he said he wasn't going to do any more social media. Let's just all hope that he keeps his promise. But in the meantime, it's too late. So now things are coming out today that was in his court documents, because remember they went to court the other day. It's some powerful things, people, very powerful. I'm not going to say he's lying. I'm not going to say he's telling the truth. I'm just going to say these are just some serious accusations. Okay, so he's claiming in court documents. So this is just not running off, spouting off, whatever pops into his head. This is court documents. So you better be telling the truth, Paul. So he's saying that Karine put glass in his food. In other words, she's trying to take him out because glass in your food could take you out. Okay, it could rip certain organs and punctures other ones. This is a serious situation. You are saying to the courts, Paul, that she's trying to take you out by putting glass in your food. And I'm just wondering, what kind of food would she have to give him for him not to notice that it was glass? Like maybe chips, something crunchy. I don't know. This is just what he's saying. But it gets worse than that. You thinking it gets worse than that? It gets worse than that. He's also saying that someone threatened him for Paul to give them $10,000 or he would never see his son again. Sounds like a serious accusation. You better be telling the truth, Paul. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you're not. I'm saying these are serious accusations. He also said that Karine assaulted him and he has it on video. I'm glad it's on video because you're going to have to show some kind of proof. He also stated in his court papers that he fears for his wife's safety. He fears for Karine's safety. Okay, I assume he knows what he's talking about. And her mental well-being. Some serious accusations. I'm sure she says the same thing about you, Paul. He said he also feared for his son's safety. These are some very, very serious accusations, and accusations that you must have proof of. In my opinion, you got to have proof. The judge is going to make you have proof. You can't just say this in court documents and not have proof. Now, this is just one-sided. This is Paul's side of the stories that accidentally got leaked out. How did this get leaked out and not Karine's side? It's just a question, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. We don't know what's in her paperwork. She could be accusing him of some very serious accusations too. So this is just coming out. I'll report what's going on as it comes out. But these are very serious accusations. I'm sure Karine's accusations are very serious. These two are going through I don't know how you would classify it, as a turbulent split. I would label it that. Like, this is getting dirty, people. This is getting dirty, people. And so only time will tell what comes out, because you have to have proof. You've said it now you got to have proof. This is, for lack of a better word, crazy. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, this is crazy. It's getting dirty, and you guys know how divorces can get. Woo, they could get very, very dirty. So we have a lot to talk about in the comments section. Number one, do you guys think that something's wrong with Asuelu? seriously wrong, not jokingly wrong, like seriously wrong with him. And then, do you guys think that if you're going through a tough time, social media is the last place you need to air out your dirty laundry? And will it affect the way you feel about yourself? I say it does. She's got to stay off of social media. She really does. I mean, when you're better and you've gone through your depression, then you may want to share how you handle it and things like that. But if you're going through something, stay off of social media. I say the same thing to Paul. Stay off of social media. And then I want to know in my comment section, do you guys think that Karine really put glass in his food? That's a serious accusation. It could take your life. I mean, let's just talk about how we feel. In the meantime, if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. It helps my videos in many, many ways. If you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification button, go ahead and do that so you are notified every time I upload a video. I'll meet you guys in the comment section. These are serious accusations we got to talk about. Until next time, talk to you then. Bye.